Joining us on the line right now is our good friend Stuart Varney, host of Varney and Company, weekdays at 11 a.m. on the Fox Business Network. And you may have noticed we're playing some Gaelic music. We're playing some, you might call that Scottish music, because there's a big vote going on. The people of Scotland are trying to decide whether they want to remain in the UK. Stuart Varney, as a former resident of the UK, as someone who grew up there, how do you feel about all this?
I am adamantly opposed to independence for Scotland, not because I don't like the Scots. I want to keep them within the United Kingdom. I think it's a bad idea for everybody if they were to break away.
Well, you know what they say about things that are Scottish.
Our slogan is, if it's no Scottish, it's crap!
There you go. So, I mean, you really feel strongly about this?
I do. Look, if Scotland breaks away, leaves the United Kingdom, that breaks Britain. And Britain is America's best ally. America's got a deal with a broken Britain. It destabilizes Europe. There are lots of independence movements active in Europe which could pull Europe apart. That's not necessarily good for America. And an independent Scotland diminishes NATO because Britain has nukes. They're lodged in Scotland. Scotland doesn't want them. They'd have to move. That's a diminished NATO, in my opinion. If you wrap it all up, I think it's bad for everybody, and the Scots in particular. I think it's bad for them.
And it's pretty close, isn't it? I mean, the vote could go either way.
Yes, it could go either way. The late word is that maybe the no vote has a minor, small advantage. I don't know about that. We'll have the full results by about 6:30 Eastern this evening. But there's 4,285,323 registered voters in Scotland, and you can vote at the age of 16 on this particular issue.
Oh, my.
That brings emotion into the play. A 16-year-old is going to make, I think, an emotional decision. Yes, we want independence because we're young, we see the future, we want to take control of our future. It's an emotional appeal. So the yes votes, I think, have some impetus from the 16-year-olds, but overall, I think and I hope that it's the no votes that prevail.
Stuart Varney, I mean, we know that you, of course, are a proud American now. You have become an American citizen, but we are kind of drawing on your institutional knowledge, as it were, about what happens in the United Kingdom and how this vote goes down. And I want to say, up until just last night, really, my heart was with the independence movement just because I feel like, John Adams would have been with them. We have experience here breaking free from England. However, what really struck me was the fact that this could swing on a very small handful of votes. This could go, 51% to 49%. When the American colonists chose to declare independence, they made it a point that all the colonies had to vote unanimously. They couldn't do this just by majority. Was there any thought given to that 49% could want to stay with the United Kingdom, and yet they will be forced to be independent?
I don't think much thought was given to it, and you raise a very important question. If the yes on independence wins by, say, 2 points?
Yeah.
Is that a mandate for independence?
Yeah, I mean,
48% of the voting population will have to break away against their will. That's a remarkable situation.
I'm not sure it could actually go through under those terms. I suppose it would, but it would be made exceedingly difficult, surely. What kind of independence is it? Scotland will not have its own currency. It wants to use the British pound, but can't use the British pound fully. It might want to try to go with the euro, but that will be a difficult application process.
Right.
What kind of sovereignty do you have if you haven't got your own currency, you don't control your own interest rates, and you don't control your own money?
But, to be a devil's advocate on this just a little bit, though, because I've been reading about it, and I understand there's a very strong small government libertarian movement amongst the pro-independence people. Is it possible that the big government socialist nanny state that emanates out of London, out of the House of Commons there, has contributed to this yearning for independence?
Possibly, but Alex Salmond, the guy who is going to lead an independent Scotland, wants to take it further to the left. He wants to more welfare spending, more government spending, and he wants to finance all of that with revenue from North Sea oil. That is a huge gamble to move further to the left on the shaky expectation of future revenues from oil which is declining, by the way, that seems to me to be a very shaky financial foundation for an independent, neo-socialist kind of Scandinavian state.
Wow.
I don't know where the libertarians are coming from on this one. I don't see any hope that Scotland will suddenly move to a market-oriented society.
All right, so we'll watch this evening to see how those results turn out. One other thing that's in the news in your backyard is record closing for the Dow yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, but the Dow just keeps on going and going and going.
Well, here you have America's Federal Reserve basically saying interest rates are going to stay rock bottom low for a long time to come. That means the stock market is very attractive. But there's another thing going on here, too. America is a stable financial democracy, and that attracts money from all over the world. Now, Europe's in recession, Japan's in recession, China's slowing down, Europe may break up. Where's the safe haven? The United States of America. So money pours into our stock market, technology companies in particular. That's why the Dow hit a record high yesterday and is probably going to open up another 50 points today. You see, you're going to have some hot money coming out of Britain, out of Europe, coming to this stable democracy we call home, America.
Wow, Stuart Varney, it's always good to talk to you. You know that we love it, and I know that you again, as a proud American, you are watching from afar, but your heart is certainly in this vote today as well.
It is. It's very firmly on the side of no independence. Sorry about that.
We'll be sure to check in with Stuart Varney on Varney and Company at 11 a.m. on Fox Business Network.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Stuart. It's now 7:44.
Our slogan is, if it's no Scottish, it's crap!